Okay, we are officially 8 weeks as of this recording, 8 weeks to the end of the year. And it's amazing how fast time has flown, because the other day when I was planning this video and the next several that I'm recording, I was thinking back to the first video I made this year and how that first video this year was reflecting on all the videos prior to that. And so I just had an interesting deja vu moment where I was planning the video out, the next several, and just thinking, whoa, we're like almost at the end of the year. And then thinking like, I was here last year planning this, thinking about the year before, and just, it kind of hit me how fast the time goes by. So we have 8 weeks left in 2024. So what does that mean for the channel? For the next 7 to 8 videos, I'm gonna be keeping things very simple. I know that at the beginning of this year, my focus was on story development, just wanted to focus on storytelling, and this year has illuminated a lot of potential areas where I can grow, and has highlighted a lot of things that I'm definitely gonna be talking about a whole lot more next year. And I think to an extent, the storytelling aspect, I think I achieved that. Certainly not where I want to be, but being able to look back on how I tried telling stories, I think I know I definitely know what I want to work on next year. But again, for the remainder of this year, my goal for this channel is to keep the next videos coming out every week very simple. They're going to be more revolving around the tech and the stuff that I took to Scotland, what I really enjoyed. I got to really use a lot of the equipment that I purchased this year, and so I just want to provide some feedback on that and just some experiential anecdotal stories about that kind of stuff, all to keep it simple so that I can continue developing the short film that I will be releasing early next year. This is just kind of like the big passion project, my first real big passion project that I want to physically premiere in Atlanta, in the state of Georgia where I live. And so for the next 8 weeks, the next videos are going to be pretty consistent as far as the range of topics that we're covering, which is really just a lot of gear. It's kind of coincidental I'm doing that now because that's one of the things that I kind of want to stay away from next year. I want to stay away from reviews and be heavily focused on storytelling, which we're going to talk about in just a second. But again, we're going to end the year out on a note that I did not expect. And so we're just going to keep it very simple with reviews on the gear that I actually took to Scotland. Now, the next several videos are going to be ranging on just different pieces of tech and gear that I would recommend to anybody starting off, things that I am glad they're out now, I wish I would have had, or I wish I would have purchased when I first got started, just to make the learning curve of YouTube and filmmaking, all this kind of stuff, a little bit more easier. The first video is already out last week, so you can go and check that out. It was my experiential review on the 700 to 200 millimeter and why it's quickly become my favorite lens of 2024, and definitely the one that I'm going to be eyeing to purchase as soon as I possibly can. So go and check that one out. It's just my experience of what it was like taking it to Scotland. I show some stuff on there as well as what I captured with that, all things that are definitely going to be included in the short film because, you know, Scotland. But moving forward, we'll be covering other pieces of tech as well. A lot of the tech too that we're discussing over the next several weeks are things that I strategically placed in my camera bag in order to make the capturing of the scenes over there for my short film. They were really more geared for the vision that I had. So I'll definitely be providing the experience that I had with it, what was the purpose of it, and I'll also be talking about, you know, not only how that aided my vision, but how that may also help out anybody else who's getting started, and if it'd be beneficial in investing in it early on, or maybe just leaving it out altogether, or just, I want to address also an earlier comment from this video, and that is the idea that this year for 2024, I wanted the account to be more story driven, and I gotta say, in hindsight, I didn't really know what I was talking about. I thought I wanted to do more stories in a certain way, and midway through the year, or even kind of earlier this year, I realized I don't know how to tell stories. Lately I've been watching a lot of YouTubers that meticulously take their time. So they're not uploading a whole lot, but they're taking their time and developing their own personal stories and putting them on the screen for us to watch. And I've been truly inspired. And it's made me realize that what I thought was storytelling, and I know that that's subjective and it's different for everybody, but I definitely, what I thought was storytelling, what I was doing earlier this year, I thought that was storytelling. Now, obviously, I know that I have to, you know, be gracious on myself. Obviously, there's a lot that I've learned and I'm still learning. But I think I've realized that I want to take storytelling to another level, just the next level. I'm not trying to go all the way over here, but just the next level. And I think what that means is next year, I haven't made this decision just yet, But obviously, I still have that 5-year goal. I started in 2022. I'm going to go for 5 years, so 2027. Yeah, 2027. And, by then I'll make the ultimate decision if I'm just going to keep doing this long term. Again, as I've stated in earlier videos, I enjoyed this. But the point is, next year, I may or may not tone down the frequency of videos that I release. I don't want to release videos just because I have to release a video. I think one of the things that I'm also nervous about as well is that I have been consistent and I've been dedicated to this craft because of that urgency of you've got to upload every single week. But you've got this, there's pros and cons to that, because one of the cons that I've experienced is that quality can suffer. And so I think the justification I made throughout the year as it progressed and as there were moments where I was just too busy, I just need to pump something out, was just make some kind of review video. Now, I have nothing against review videos at all. The thing is, me personally, I think a lot of people are doing it too much. I think that's a fact. I think that's so oversaturated on YouTube. Everybody's making review videos. The thing that I don't really mind too personally is that, everybody's reviewing stuff, I hope, that they're using genuinely and they just want to share with the world as far as if it's a good piece of tech or not, and if it's beneficial. And look, we all learn from that. I would not be here had it not been for people reviewing camera gear or software or things that I needed to know along the way. I think for me though, while the review videos are being done, and I want to leave that to those who really enjoy that, next year I'm on the fence right now of deciding if I want to tone down the frequency of videos so that I can put more time into storytelling and actually try my best to find stories where I typically would not find it, put some quality behind it, put some thought behind it, and really make it personal. At the end of the day, these are stories that I want my kids to be able to look at and take away from. I don't mind if, in the future when my kids start watching YouTube, if they see me reviewing a product but it's a product that's so outdated from 20, 30 years ago or, 15 years ago. I want them to be able to watch a video that has a message or an underlying theme that carries through to their day. Now, by reciprocation, that can be also meaning stories that, that compel or touch other people's lives outside of my own. That's why I want to remain true to the vision of consistently making videos, but I'm still piecing together, as you can tell from me rambling, I'm still piecing together how consistent I want to be so that I do not lose the streak that I've been on, but at the same time maintain a high level of quality and really get myself to the next level of storytelling. But next year, if it feels like I'm not uploading as much, is because I definitely want to put way more thought and content into these videos and also extend the length of the videos. I think my average right now is somewhere between 4 to 10 minutes, and it can range heavily. Sometimes it's more on the shorter end actually, but I really want to start tapping into 15, 20-minute long videos, but of substance, something that people, I want to sit down and watch this for 20 or 30 minutes. And I want my kids to be able to watch this in 5, 10 years. And even though it's subject matter from, before they were born, it's a message that they can still relate to, that they can still walk away and take that and apply it to their lives, or just, I don't know, bring some kind of joy to their lives. So with that being said, I'm going to leave it there. We're going to see you guys next week for the next review. I'm excited for this piece of tech. Stick around for that. But we will see you guys next week.